Hello and good morning, my fellow trucketeers, and welcome to this week's debrief. So this week goes from, well, for me, Sunday, the 3rd of August, to Friday, the 8th of August. We had a 6-day week, technically. We worked on a Sunday, but, you know. Did a old graveyard shift on a Sunday. Ugh, that was awful. So, let's get straight into it. Right, so debrief. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. We got lots to cover, and also we have a special guest this week, who is my father. Yes, we have my dad on the debrief. We asked him a few questions. If you saw my posts, if you enjoy it, I might do it again sometime. Anyway, we will do the debrief now. So we started at 2 a.m. on Sunday, the 3rd of August. Yes, 2 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Ugh, that was hard. That was really hard. So we run from the yard with a load of steelwork. Let's move this box over here because I'm going to keep looking at that. If I put that there, then I'm closer to the camera. So I tend to look at myself for some reason because I'm very vain and yeah. Anyway, we run from the yard to City Tower in Manchester. This is like very, very central Manchester. To unload 5 pallets with a high-ab crane. Yes. Once they were off, run down to Redditch and finished. That was it. That's all we had to do Sunday. Yeah, we finished at 2:15 p.m. So we worked for 12 hours and 15 minutes. We drove for 7 hours and 35 minutes, and we done 275 miles. I could have gone a bit further because I was going to Hereford for a collection, but because it was Sunday, I was running out of my 90-hour. You know, your whole, I can only drive for 90 hours in 2 weeks. Yeah, I was getting very, very close to that. I had enough driving time for the day to get to Hereford. I just didn't have enough driving time on my 90. So we had to park up a bit early, again, because of traffic. So we run on to Monday morning. We started at 5:30 a.m. We run from Redditch to Hereford to load steel. Yep. Out of a galvanising place. Then run that down to near Merthyr Tydfil, which is a solar site there. Once we got that off, run all the way down to Yeovil to load a small load of steel, which was literally 1 pack. Was it 1 pack? No, I can't remember what it was. I think it was a little bit more than that. Oh no, yeah, that was the single pack. Yeah, single pack of steel. Work, like literally a few meters long and weighed a couple 100 kilos. Once we got them on, I run all the way back to the yard to then collect 2 pallets to then go somewhere else, which was playground equipment, and then run to Andover, parked up for the night. So we finished at 8 p.m, so we worked for 14.5 hours on Monday. We drove for 9 hours and 18 minutes, and we done 339 miles. Wasn't too bad. Tuesday, we started at 5:30 a.m. We run from Andover to Upton, near Pontefract, to drop off 2 pallets of playground equipment to a playground equipment people building company thing that make playgrounds. Once that was off, then run up to Hartlepool to unload 1 pack of steel. All the way up there for 1 pack, that was it. To a solar site that was up there. Once that was off, we then run to Accrington, and then we parked up for the night near Accrington. We didn't actually park up in Accrington, we were parked up to a little place just outside. Parked up at 6 p.m. Worked 12.5 hours. Beautiful. Done 9 hours, 29 minutes driving, and we done 419 miles that day. So we had a fair old push that day. 7 a.m. start on Wednesday, because I was right near the customer that didn't open till 8. So we run to the customer in Accrington to load a whole load of box section. Once that was loaded, run south to Crossway. Yeah, once that was on, we run to Crossways Engineering in Farnham, yeah, near Blandford Way. Once that was unloaded, then run the trailer to Gore Cross, then bobtailed home. Parked my truck just down the road. Finished at 7:30 p.m. So we worked for 12.5 hours. Drove for 7 hours 43 minutes, and we done 299 miles. And then Thursday came around. At this point, I was getting pretty tired of the week. Thursday was my 5th day. We started at 6:20 a.m. Run from home down to Gore Cross to collect an empty curtain cider. Took that to Brydeck in West Bay to load the trailer with 8 pallets. Took that to Bath. One of the pallets wasn't for them, it was actually for London, so someone put the wrong pallet on me. So we got everything else off. That one pallet stayed on. Went to Gordano Services where we met Ollie. We transshipped the van from his trailer to my trailer, so we backed the 2 trailers up to each other. We drove the van from one trailer to the other. So I drove the van onto my trailer, which had the 1 pack on it. We done a trailer swap, so then I took the empty curtain. He took then the pack and the van back down to the yard. And I went and then collected some fertiliser out of Avonmouth. So obviously I can't collect a full load of fertiliser with a pallet of MDF on. Because you need a full trailer for fertiliser, because it literally goes right to the back doors. So we've got that fertiliser on. Took that all the way to a farm in Musbury, which is just south of Axminster. Unloaded that, then back to the yard. And that farm was a tight one to get out of. Like, literally, as you're coming out, there's a concrete step. And then just below that is, like, a little stream that runs down there. So, like, the wheels are hovering over that as I was trying to get out. I'll show you the picture of the first attempt. If I carried on that trajectory, all 3 wheels would have been in that little stream. But I managed to shimmy the trailer around about a foot, 6 inches to a foot. And I managed to get the first wheel onto the solid bit of ground before the third wheel come off that concrete bit, so we were pretty safe. If I was heavy, I just would have had to have redone it, and yeah, but that was pretty tight to get out of. It was a bit sketchy, that one. So once that was off, run back to the yard and finished. I went home again. We was home twice this week. Beautiful. It was nice, and I didn't have to start too early the following day either. So it's been quite nice this week actually being home. We finished at 5:50 p.m. We worked 11.5 hours, and we drove 6 hours 39 minutes, and we done 217 miles. Now, let me tell you, when Wednesday came around, I was getting pretty close to my 90 hours. So for Thursday and Friday, I only had 15.5 hours driving left for the week. So considering we had a short day on Thursday, that left me with 9 hours and 3 minutes driving for the Friday on a 90-hour drive. Now, because I only had 9-hour drives left, that was okay. It worked out well. So, yeah, but we didn't need that today anyway. We done very, very little driving on the Friday. So Friday, 7 a.m. start. Run from the yard to Piemore to drop a trailer. Because I was local, we done a lot of trailer moving around. So run from the yard to Piemore to drop a trailer, empty, at a customer. Then back to the yard to collect another curtain cider. I loaded that 1 pallet of MDF on that was misdelivered. Not misdelivered, that wasn't for the customer. Went down to the workshop because that trailer had a bent curtain pole, so they fixed that for me, which was great. Then from there, went down to Brydeck in West Bay to take that 1 pallet off, and then reloaded with 2 pallets for another customer for someone else to deal with. Once that was on, then run to West Tech, which is on another industrial estate in Bridport, near a place called Seal Cove. So went in there and we loaded a couple of tubes, a bit of is it I-beam? Yeah, steel, and then a couple of plates and that. Put them on the trailer. They're all light stuff. Literally handballed them on. Once that was on, strapped it all on. Went and dropped the trailer off in Gore Cross. Collected another curtain cider out of there. Run it next door to Hucknet's to load some playground equipment. Dropped it back into the trailer park. Once that was on. Then run down to the workshop to collect trailer 4, which was loaded up down there. It actually sunk into the ground a little bit, so we had to lower the air on the trailer and wind the legs up a bit to get my truck underneath. So that was loaded for Solarport, so I run up to Yeovil to Solarport. We unloaded all of that. Reloaded that trailer with some stuff for Northampton. Took that trailer back to Gore Cross, parked that up, run the boss, told them what trailers were in there, what they had on them. And then from there, bobtailed back to the yard, washed the truck, and finished for the week. So we finished at 5:15 p.m. on Friday. worked 10 hours 15 minutes, drove 3 hours and 37 minutes, and we done 73 whole miles on the Friday. That was a week. I'm very tired. I'm looking forward to going to bed tonight. So our weekly totals are, I put in, bearing in mind this is putting in fuel, it's not what I've used for the week. Someone worked out my average MPG to like 6 miles per gallon last week. I'm like, no, that's wrong, because I started the week with an empty tank. So this is literally what I've just put in through the week. It's not what I've burnt. So I've put in 818.24 litres of fuel. I've done 1,622 miles this week, and I've done 76 hours and 15 minutes. Technically that's wrong, that's because my boss asked me to put 15 hours down for one of the days, so we can technically take 3 hours off of that. So we've done 73 hours and 15 minutes this week. So yeah, that was our week. That's what we done. That was the joys of everything. So yeah, pretty damn busy. And that Sunday run was a bit of a killer. No, we done well actually. We done very well with that. It was a bit of a mission. I think it was a late last minute thing coming, so yeah, it was very, very well done by me and everyone else involved. We'll do viewers' questions. I wasn't going to do questions, but I've only been asked 2 questions this week, because in a minute we got something a little bit special for you. So Truck and Lee's asked me one question. He says, on the DAF XF, it has a display in the centre of the dash that shows the driving and rest times, etc. Can it be set to auto display, as I have to tell it to show on my DAF XF? As far as I'm aware, no. You have to select it every time you start the engine. Yes, it's a pain, but it's not really a hardship. As far as I'm aware, I don't know if you can have it automatically come up. I'll have to ask someone I know that has a computer to do it, so I'll see if it can be done, but I don't think it can be. So as far as I'm aware, no. You just got to press the button, click over one, press a button again, click over again, press a button, and then shows all your times. Nice and easy. So as far as I'm aware, you can't have it set to automatically come up. And question number 2 from David Croucher Jones. Have you used a unit with a sliding fifth wheel? Are they used for different types of trailers, and do they handle differently on the road than a fixed fifth wheel unit? Yeah, I've driven several trucks with a sliding fifth wheel. I think even half the ones at Lenham's I drove had sliding fifth wheels. I think there was only a couple that didn't. I think the little DAFs we used to use at Lenham's. Sorry, mute my phone. Really learn, shouldn't I? So I think some of the little DAFs we used to use at Lenham's didn't have sliding fifth wheels, but I know in the Mercedes I did have, they did. I've never had to slide the fifth wheel. I've never had to readjust anything. Obviously you can use it for bringing the trailer closer to the cab or further away from the cab. Our little flatbed, the guys that have the tag axle trucks, they can't actually use that little flatbed trailer because the legs are too close to the front of the trailer that they can't actually get underneath it, even with the fifth wheel slid right back. Sometimes the boys that run the fridges, they run with the fridges really close to the unit for some reason. I think it's just to keep the like length of the vehicle down, because obviously if you move the trailer closer to the unit, it's going to be easier for making tight turns, but if you have it further away, then it's going to be harder to make tight turns. But it might be a bit more stable to run or something, I don't know. Some reason you might have it right back, as if you pull trailers with a short head, real small headboard, like between the legs and the front of the trailer. So you'd need to have it run right back to sort of keep the legs away from the back of your unit. But I've never actually had to slide it. I think sometimes as well it could be for like taking weight off your front axle as well. So if you've got like, sometimes blocks can be very heavy, and if you have them like, say that you've got 20 packs of blocks and they're right on the headboard of the trailer, sometimes that can overload the very front axle of your unit. So you can slide your fifth wheel back a bit, and then that'll move the weight back over your drive axles and take a bit of weight off your front axle. But again, I've never had to move the fifth wheel. I might do one day. I don't know if I do. I'll tell you my experiences. But as far as I'm aware, I've never had to do it. So, and as for how they handle, as far as I'm aware, no different. Absolutely no different. Yeah, that's the 2 questions I got asked. So obviously my parents are here this weekend, so I decided to ask you lot to ask my dad some questions, so we will move on to that right now. Alright everyone, this is my dad. This is Ron. He is 75 years old, 76 in November. And what, you got your truck driving licence back in mid-70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, end of the 70s.
End of the 70s, there we go. But you didn't go straight into truck driving, did you? It was...
Yeah, straight out of the transit.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't do you because it was 2 year on the road driving a lorry before they'd, what's the name, anyone would employ you.
Yeah.
2 to 3 years. So
okay.
When I got it and passed it, I went on the dust carts.
Okay.
Which give you that 2 years, you know. So
lovely.
Pretty good.
Right. Shall we get into some of the questions people have asked you?
Yeah, if you like.
Okay, so we'll go with the first question from DanT82 on Instagram, who's a good friend of mine. Dano drives for Rawlins, and he asks, are you disappointed that me, your big trucking son, drives a Mazda MX-5?
No, not at all.
No?
No.
Good little car, innit?
Yeah, it's lovely.
You had fun in it, didn't you?
Yeah, I just couldn't get out of it.
Right. M. Stanford asks, guessing you drove proper British makes, what was your favourite?
Big Daff.
Big Daff?
Yeah.
The XF? Well, I think you drove the older one, didn't you? The 105? Yeah. There we go. And then another question from Tom Winter asks, where is your favourite place you have visited? You can't remember that one, can you?
No, basically parked up one night on the coast and that was good.
Yeah.
You know, but
wherever that was. Police
come along and want to knock you up, so you just have to keep the curtains on, keep quiet.
What was your most interesting or unusual load?
Big tank.
A big tank?
Big tank.
Like a water tank or something?
Like a diesel tank.
Diesel tank, okay.
It was on a 7.5 metric ton and I was taking it up to where Wally World was.
Oh, Flamingo Land?
Yeah,
up
round there, yeah.
Near Leeds somewhere.
A scrappy that wanted to buy it.
Okay.
And, yeah, boss went and picked it up with a crane.
Okay.
And it still had something like 90 gallons of bloody red diesel in it. It tipped the crane over nearly.
Oh dear, that's not good, is it?
Oh, no.
Definitely had some shenanigans going on. Right, we'll get on to some of the questions from YouTube. So, first question from Andy Leithbridge is, or Lathbridge, sorry for pronunciation of the names, I'm terrible. What's the best bit of advice you've given me, either being about lorry driving or in life in general?
Make sure you reverse anywhere on your right hand mirror.
Right hand mirror, yeah.
Because your left hand mirror put you all over the place.
Fair enough. Next question from Michael Flood is, what do you think of John's truck compared to the last truck you drove? And what was it?
Pretty nice, the truck he's got now.
Yeah.
The last truck I drove was a Poxy Volvo, brand new. Couldn't get anybody in there. You couldn't even sit comfortable.
Was that the FE?
That's the FE, yeah.
The
latest
little
one.
ridges.
The little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Load of crap.
Yeah, because you stopped driving Arctics for a bit, didn't you? And then you went on to rigids, didn't you? And then enjoyed that for a bit before you retired. Right, next question's from Robert Mustard. Hi, Jono's dad. Do you miss driving? My dad was a lorry driver for 40 years and he doesn't miss it one bit.
I don't miss it at all. As soon as I finished, sold my car and I ain't going to drive no more.
Fair enough. You did enjoy it at the time, didn't you? But
at the time, yeah, I did enjoy it.
But
met some good people.
You've had a taste of retirement now and don't want to go back. Next question from Richard and Dickinson asks, hi John's dad, I worked as a trailer mate and made my way to an Arctic driver. How did you get into the haulage business?
I started with driving coaches with a computer company.
Yeah, Spring IT.
London, Spring, yeah. And then when they packed up, I saw a job going on the grain, applied for it and got it.
Yeah, doing tippers for a bit, wasn't you?
Yeah, I was on tippers, yeah.
Yeah, that was good fun, wasn't it?
Pardon?
I think you took me out of there once, didn't you? With one of the tippers.
Well, you drove it round the yard.
That's it, yeah, that was one of the later companies, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's the first time I drove a truck, just round your yard, wasn't it? Eddie's Trucking Adventures. He also asked, how did you get into the haulage industry? And what was the most driven truck or favourite truck you drove? So obviously DAF
Big
XF.
DAF,
Yeah,
big
big DAF.
DAF.
Yeah. So, how did you actually go into getting your licence? How did you go about that?
I talked to a boss where they used to make vehicles.
That was locomotives, wasn't
Locomotives,
it?
yeah.
That's where they'd done the Talon, wasn't it? Yeah.
And that's Talon, yeah.
Yeah,
My favourite lorry to drive.
That's it, yeah. That was good
and
fun.
I said to the boss, can you put me through a class 1?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, there's no problem.
Mm.
And I've done that. We was with a little firm called Panda driving.
Yeah.
And I took my class 1 and in a Fripley bit lorry with a Tasker's trailer on it, with a rear wheel. One rear wheel.
That was in the Bedford TK, was it?
Yeah, that's a little Bedford
Yeah.
TK.
Lovely. No, so they put you through that. And it was straight to class 1 then as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
wasn't no
yeah.
Class 2
Straight
stuff.
out of a car and into class 1.
That's what it was back at the day, and people complain about it now that that's gone back to that. But how it always used to be, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's get on to Facebook now and get the questions on Facebook that you've asked him. So the first question on Facebook is from Wayne Brooks. He says, my dad is 73 now, but was a truck driver for much of his working life, just like your dad. There wasn't much he didn't do. He worked for many companies over the years, but still says the best company he ever worked for was George Taylor Transport in Bristol, where he worked for 13 years. Do you remember that company?
I don't remember it, but that's a container trailer company, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't remember it, but yeah, always went to Bristol with a load of grain and that, tipping the docks.
What was the favourite company you worked for?
Basically Frontier.
Frontier out of Andover.
Yeah, well, you was on good pennies.
Good pennies, yeah. It's all about earning the money, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Yeah. So another question from Heather Lander asks, what was your favourite truck you drove? But obviously DAF XF, your favourite. Hi, Jono from the future here. Just going to jump in for a second. I do apologise, Heather. I read your question wrong. You asked my dad what was the first truck he drove. He's gone to bed now because I'm editing this. The first truck he drove was a Bedford TK. So, there you go. I do apologise, I read that wrong. Dave Moore asks, I think I told you I gained my class 1 through grandfather rights. Did your dad get you didn't get your licence through grandfather rights?
No. The company put me through for my licence.
Yeah.
Which I passed.
Yeah, because I think grandfather rights was just before 1970, wasn't it? So you could just apply for it, didn't you?
Well, I didn't start driving until 75.
Yeah, didn't get your car licence.
Never really had no proof to drive. Weren't interested.
See, Londoners don't like driving. And yeah, he asks, "Are you retired now?" And yeah, you've been retired.
Yes, retired. Very happy.
When did you retire?
I retired 1st of May last year.
1st of May last year. So yeah, you were 74, 75.
Just coming up 75.
Yeah. 74 years, eh? What an age to retire. Nick Carlson asks, even though I passed my class 1 on a manual, never had the chance to drive a twin splitter. Can your dad briefly explain the workings?
Yeah, twin splitter is basically your 4 gears goes up to 8.
Yeah.
Or you might have 8 gears goes up to 16. The little knob down the bottom there. Put it into gear when you've got a load on into first.
Yeah.
Go off in it. Bring the splitter up. Put it into like a double first, which takes you down the road a bit.
Yeah.
And then knock it back into 2. And then you can cross away if you want to, which is good, to 4th gear.
Yeah.
Or whatever gear you want to do. And that takes you round nice.
And you didn't have to use your clutch as much on them, did you?
No.
They weren't synchro, were they?
No.
No, so you a bit of grinding on them. So my question to you about that is, do you prefer modern gearboxes or the Eaton twin splitter?
Oh, most modern gearboxes now is just a bloody, pardon the language, it's just automatics.
Yeah,
they're good.
Yeah, you prefer the automatic.
Yeah, if your foot sticks to the ground, it goes.
Yeah. How is your left knee these days, anyway?
Well, I'm all right. Not a little bit of pain. Tried climbing up the ladder the other day. Couldn't get down it again.
Oh no. So yeah. So you'd take an automatic gearbox over an Eaton twin splitter?
Yeah.
There we go. Says it all. I know a lot of you oldies like fantasise about the Eaton twin splitter, but there's a reason they don't use them anymore. Campbell Wilson asks, with your dad being old school back in the day with no mobile phones, how did you find the phone? Oh, how did you find it trying to find a phone box during rural deliveries? and having to have change to call the office or home in most rural areas if you broke down. So if you broke down somewhere out in the sticks, how did you get hold of someone?
Stop the car and ask them.
Yeah, stop someone passing by.
Where's the nearest shop? And get into the nearest shop and ask them to use their phone.
Yeah, so it's just a case of just using your initiative and
basically,
just
yeah.
getting hold of someone.
Yeah.
It'd be the same as today. If you get stuck somewhere with no signal, you just wander around till you either get signal or find someone. I mean, if you're blocking a country lane, someone will soon find you. David Moore asks a second question. How did you get on with roping and sheeting in the winter with your hands? Were sore and split. Used to rub Vaseline on them.
The hardest part of roping and sheeting was on the grain lorries.
Yeah.
All big docks were on open water, basically.
Yeah.
Big what's the names? Pulled the sheet over the wing, got it, and up you went.
What about sheeting sort of like flatbed loads? Now, did you ever do that?
Flatbed loads was all right. You stick your back sheet on first and tie it down, put a few grannies in it and keep it nice and tight.
Yeah.
And then you put your front sheet on, overlap the back sheet so you don't get a bubble and blow yourself off.
Yeah, it's just common sense. So it's always water and that gets in as you're driving otherwise, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but it's just harder work than it needs to be.
Oh yeah.
So I got a question.
Especially if you've got a high load.
Yeah, so I got a question for you on that. Would you rather rope and sheet a load or would you rather use a curtain sider?
I'd sooner use a curtain sider now.
Yeah.
But you've still got now I think the DVLA are trying to get out that a proper ratch. It's got to go over the load, down under the body of the lorry, across to the other side.
Okay.
So the best ratchet straps you want for that are the ones like the Americans have got on their lorries.
Okay.
Yeah, they got like ratchet strap one way, pull it out, chuck it over, and a big bar to ratchet it back in.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
They're
it's
really
like
good. Yeah,
the Australians use them as well, don't they? It's like a little reel on the side of the trailer, isn't it?
That'd be certainly a lot better in this country.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, there's that one. So that food bar is the old roping and cheating as well. It's a lost art, but curtain siders are just a lot.
It is a lost art because most people don't even know how to do a granny knot or a double granny.
Here we go. I don't know how to do a dolly knot. No, it's what they usually use, isn't it? But because I've never had to. I got asked to sheet a load the other day, but I didn't have sheets with me, so I didn't do it. But I think the reason curtain siders now is just quicker and more convenient, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to strap your load.
Yeah.
You'll always get an idiot pull in front of you with a car, slam their brakes on because they want to go 2 lanes in.
Yeah.
And if you've still got your load strapped, it'll still move forward.
Oh yeah.
So, and when it's a load of alcohol, it don't. It don't sound very good.
But it's better with a curtain sider because it hides all that, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Right. Almost there. Chris Piggott asks, "What's your favourite truck you've ever driven?" So again, DAF XF.
DAF XF. Yeah.
And then Adriano Hunter also asked the same question: "What's the best truck you drove, old or new?" So, what was your best older truck you drove? Then we'll go like something older.
For laughing.
Yeah.
The old Bedford TK.
The old Bedford TK. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a bone rattler, was it?
Trying to steer it and change gear at the same time, especially going back down through the gearbox to first gear.
All right.
And then jumping it into first gear and then back out again and going back up to gearbox, which is a part of the test.
Yeah. So
you can't f*** it up.
No.
You can't grouch it or anything. They don't like it on the tests.
No. So you had to be. I don't think they worry about it quite so much on the test now. Well, very rarely you drive a manual these days on the tests, but yeah. Right, and last 2 questions are from obviously our good friend Mr. Sam K. So say hi to Sam K, everyone. Sam asks 2 questions. Firstly, would you say the job is harder now or back in the day or completely different?
Back in the day, you didn't have power steering.
No.
A lot of the vehicles.
Yeah.
And you know what it's like trying to sheet with a bit of rope. It's roughed and rips. But other than that, sometimes today is harder because firms need too much doing.
Yeah, there's a lot more pressure on drivers to get the work done these days. Yeah. Whereas back then it was a bit more lax, I suppose, was it? Or...
Oh, you think I used to start work at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Go to Birmingham.
Yeah.
And they're telling me not to start till 5, and my first tip was 6 o'clock.
Oh right, okay.
So.
Yeah. And then, so.
Then they put 10 drops on you instead of what you're supposed to have, 6 or 8.
Yeah. So the job was harder back in the day for more graft, I suppose, for
the grass was there,
and the living conditions.
Lot of the smaller stuff was, a lot of it, taters and stuff was all carried.
Yeah.
Bagged on of it.
That's it. And obviously living conditions, like sleeping with a plank across the bed. You said about the old Scania you had.
Yeah, Scania with a board in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. And then today's more comfortable, but more push for work. Yeah, definitely get that. So it's a bit of each, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, isn't it?
Yeah, well, 6 of one is the driver looks after it. The other half is the bloody agency people.
That's it. And the second question Sam asks is, was John a bit of a wimp when he was a kid?
Not at all.
What are you on about? Of course I was.
I didn't like it when a bloke chucked his turtles in a bush.
Oh, the little Ghostbusters they were.
Yeah.
Out the front of the house. He was a bigger kid and he come along and threw all my toys in the bush out the front. It was a prickle bush, wasn't it?
When he found he couldn't find him, he asked where his bike was. And I said, in the same space as John's turtles.
So Dad jumped out and chucked his bike in the bush. Didn't do that afterwards, did he? But no. I
hope your mates think it's good. All right, I'm quite happy to talk to him.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
So maybe if you like that, we might get him on for another one sometime in the future. So I'll let you know so you can ask him questions if we decide to do this again. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that little section. Yeah, jolly old fellow, isn't he? He's got some stories, my dad. He really does. If you like that, then let me know and I'll maybe do a separate video site. Maybe get you to ask him some more questions on that in the future. But for now, we'll leave it. But when it comes up to that, I might give you a bit more pre-warning. He was quite happy to do it, so yeah. If you want to ask me questions next week, leave them in the comments below. It's your way of getting a shout out. You can ask me anything. It doesn't have to be about trucking. It can be about my dad if you want. I don't know what I know about him, but yeah, ask questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll answer them for you next week. So yeah, we only had 2 this week from you lot, but we had a few more from me dad. Alright, next little segment. We'll go on to mayhem on the roads. Oh, we had one this week. We had a right one this week. I've got a video of it on my dash cam as well. So I'm coming down, I can't remember what road it was now. It seems so long ago. It was the M6, I think, and we're just coming up towards Birmingham, where the M6 and M5 meet. Coming down in lane 1. This bunch of cars in lane 2. Anyway, one car then decides, no, I need to come off at this junction. Comes across into lane 1, and then he thinks, oh no, I'm not going to make it off the slip road, because he's already at the hatch markers at this point. Instead of carrying on a lane, what would you do in this situation? You carry on lane 1, come around to the next junction, turn around, come back. What's he do? Just stops dead in lane 1, right in front of me. Right in front of me. I couldn't move to me left, right, because I had cars in lane 2. I couldn't move to me left because I've had cars coming up the inside of me on the slip road. So I was literally just straight for him. And then he decides, I'm going to move now, and I move out. I obviously smash my horn. And then he moves and sort of dies off the road. So then I come off the brakes then and just carry on, sail past him. Because the last thing I want to do is stop and have someone go into the back of me. So yeah, I sort of assessed the situation as quickly as I could in my head and managed to sort of move over enough. And then he dipped off into the ditch and I managed to get past him. Luckily, I was empty. I had nothing on. If I was fully weighted, I don't think I would have slowed down in time. Dash cameras make stuff look a lot further away than it actually is, because it's obviously a wide angle. But yeah, that was pretty sketchy, that one. What the hell possessed this person to slam the brakes on in lane 1 and stop dead? I couldn't believe it. I absolutely couldn't believe it. I was speechless. What an absolutely stupid human being. Natural selection almost took their life that day. I've got no words for it. Why would you do that? Why would you even attempt to go across the hatch markings to get on a slip road anyway? Even if you're not going to make it or not, you don't go across those hatch markings, let alone... If you need to come off, why are you even in lane 2? If you're waiting to come, if you want to come off, sit in lane 1, even if you sit behind a truck. But sometimes you just want to grab hold of people and shake them, but yeah. That's probably the scariest one I've had, I think. Yeah. Let's not have any more of that, please. do not ever stop dead on a motorway. Unless you have an emergency breakdown and there's nothing you can do about it, you do not stop dead on a motorway. Ever. Christ. Right. That's that bit done. Next segment. Car of the week. We've had a few good ones this week, actually. Earlier today, I saw a Nissan 300ZX. Little sparkle from the late 80s, they are. 89 to like the early 90s, they were. 3-litre twin-turbo V6s. Beautiful bit of kit. And then, as I was coming through Axminster the other day, there was a Mitsubishi 3000 GT, or GTO. I think they're GTO in Japan, but they're 3000 GTs over here. Don't see many of them anymore. 3-litre V6s as well, I think they are. Very, very nice. Very smart looking thing. But obviously in the red. I hate red. Red's the worst colour for cars, I think. Worse for fading as well. But the pièce de résistance for this week, my favourite car of this week, and probably the rarest out of them, was... It was on a trailer as well, which was a shame. But it was a Ford Sierra XR 4X4. I think they're even rarer than the Cosworths. And I'm pretty sure they come with the V6s that used to be in the Capri, the 2.8s and the 2.9s. I think they've done both of them in the XR 4X4. But yeah, I see a lot more Cosworths rolling around than I do the XR 4X4, so it was quite rare to see one of them. I think I've got the full range now. I've seen the Sapphire Cosworth, I've seen the RS Cosworth, and now I've seen the XR 4X4. So yeah, very, very nice. It was very tidy. But yeah, not driving, but obviously being taken to a show. Because there was a few cars going around that day, so I assumed there was a show going on somewhere. I can't remember where it was, I saw it now, but yeah. So yeah, that's that segment. Let's get on to the last little bit, which is my favourite comment of the week. And this is actually on my Facebook post with the broken trailer I had this week, where the I done the short of the broken shock absorber on the truck. Yeah, I was in the yard. I just so happened to sort of bend over when I crouched down to do something after loading a couple of pallets on the trailer. And I just caught out the corner of my eye that the shock was kind of not... It was still up in the right position, but it had actually broke off the... where the bush goes. It actually snapped right where the weld is, and it was a clean break from the weld. And yeah, it just obviously where the trailer wheel's been bouncing around, it's just elongated it and stretched it out. So luckily I caught that and we got it fixed. So on that on that video, I got a comment from Mr. Wayne Brooks. I actually replied to him a few times on that, and we had a bit back and forth. So there was actually 2 comments on that he left that was quite nice. So, or a comment to a reply of mine. So Wayne Brooks says, "Fair play, mate. Just goes to show you the importance of checking, doesn't it? At least you spotted it, and it's being done. Thoroughly enjoying your vlogs, mate. Best trucker on YouTube, in my opinion. No drama, no BS, just honest graft in challenging circumstances. Have a great evening. Thank you very much." That was very kind. So, of course, I go on to say, "Stop it, you'll make me blush." So, yeah. So I said it was just pure luck that I spotted it, because I just happened to... Because it wasn't like that in the morning, because I always check under the trailer when I have a walk around in the mornings. Obviously, it was a bit darker, it might be a bit harder to spot, but sometimes things are a little bit out the way for you to see, but yeah, it just happened to catch my eye, so it was pure luck. Anyway, he replied to my comment saying, "I believe in credit where credit is due, mate. I was a HGV driver for almost 20 years, following in my dad's footsteps, who did it all his work in life, but suffer with bad anxiety. I wish I could have been as cool and calm as you are in stressful situation. Nothing seems to faze you. I just love the honesty of your content. Thoroughly enjoy every video you put out. Just need to catch up a bit. All the best." Well, firstly, why do you need to catch up? Why are you not watching my videos as soon as they come out? Come on, keep up. Look, the videos are on YouTube. They're always going to be on YouTube. You watch them when you have time to watch them. You don't have to watch them when they're released, so yeah, crack on. But thank you very much for them very kind words. It's comments like that that make it worthwhile. I do get a lot of nice comments, but yeah, some of them just have that little bit of flair and sparkle. It's like I might struggle to fit my head through that door and that door there in a minute. Oh yeah, by the way, I finished all the trim on the door. By the way, it's all completely done now, so we're all done. That was last week's job. But thank you very much, Wayne. Very few, very few, very kind words there. So yeah, thank you very much. That made my day. That did definitely made my day. So yeah, thank you very much. I like to think I portray what I do as honestly as I can. That's why I show everything, even my muck-ups, even if it makes me look an idiot. At the end of the day, I don't really care what anyone thinks of me, so I'm going to show everything for what it is and how it is. Christ, even my dad, who we had here talking, he's had plenty of knocks. He was telling me about one place in London he was delivering to, and he couldn't get out because of a car parked, and he just sod it, went forward, run over a barrier with his wheels. He was like, tough. Should have built the place better to accommodate trucks, but there you go. I think he's when he was driving with the LST trailers, the rear steer ones, he was going around a corner and an ice cream truck decided, I'm going to whip down the side of this truck quickly. And then my dad proceeded to then catch it with the underrun bar and drag it round a corner. Well, until my dad got the unit straight to the trailer again, that he saw the ice cream truck stuck to the trailer. So it happens to everyone, even the experienced ones that have got a lot of years under the belt. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little conversation with Dad as well. Like I said, we might do something with him in the future if you did like it, so leave a comment on that. But yeah, that's it. This is going to be fun to edit because my dad likes to swear a little bit, so I think he only let one slip out, so I'll have to proof watch it. But yeah, take it easy, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbyes!